Here's what I think they need to hear. Okay, so you have your policies, you have
Yeah.
your processes, you have your structures, and you have your systems. But that's not where the crucial aspects are going to come in. It's going to be on how we show up and how we talk to each other. That's where all of this is going to come
Okay, so we made a promise to do a short video. We introduced at the end of the hybrid workplace about peer coaching circles, and we are seeing this as a really good time and match for getting ready for those hybrid workplace conversations. We talked about them being really crucial conversations to be successful to make that transition. So this video is going to give you a sense of what it is, how it works, and kind of what we're seeing as a possibility to support getting some skill building around being able to do this on your own. So I wanted actually to ask Mark just to open this up a bit about, because I know you've been in the heart of it all yourself personally, and you talked about those three areas that you think that are really crucial right now. What we're hearing, what needs to be sussed out as we work through the hybrid workplace moving forward.
in. So thank you, Karen. So there is this, and we've borrowed the word or the term crucial conversations. And when we hear crucial conversations in our minds, or in a little voice, we might think, well, I don't have crucial conversations. Heads of state have crucial conversations. Important people have crucial conversations. But here's what defines a crucial conversation when we refer to it. It's a conversation where one to three things are present, or very often three things are present. The first one being opposing opinions might be in play. Secondly, strong emotions might come into the mix. And last but not least, for a crucial conversation to occur is that the stakes are high. And what happens is when we engage in these conversations, we know that the results of these conversations could have a huge impact on a part of our life. And very often, we sometimes even shy away from them and don't have them because we fear we might actually make things worse. And depending on how those conversations go, we can sometimes just handle them maybe not as well as we could because a lot of things can come into play. That whole fight or flight scenario comes in, and all of a sudden our energy goes to um, how we are handling the situation rather than how we are contributing to it. And that can affect the quality. It can affect how we listen to it. It can affect how we contribute to it. That's where we'll go to default mode, and our opinions then are sometimes blurred as facts on all sides. Then we see those opinions and we treat them like we talk about assessments, and opinions are kind of in the same category, and we start to treat them as assertions, as being fact, and that can be dangerous in our conversation. So we've talked about this, and we can't ignore the presence of promotions and even the physiological aspect. So we talked about this before. These tiny organs seated nearly at the top of our kidneys that pump adrenaline into our bloodstream that go to our brain. And we don't choose this. This happens on its own. But if these adrenal glands do it, then you have to live with it. And all of a sudden they're pumping it, they're pumping all that blood in your muscles because you're tense, but not so much to your brain, which you're going to need when you're doing this crucial conversation. And that's one of the things that happens physiologically as well. So you got emotions going on, you got physiological things going on related to stress. So how do we do this? How do we compose with this? How do we navigate these crucial conversations? So that's as a means of an introduction, and hopefully we can all see ourselves in either past, current, or anticipate future conversations that might be in that crucial conversation category.
And I think what we're hearing is that as we approach the post-pandemic, moving into a different workspace, because most of the people have been working from home. Now they're being asked to come back. This is one crucial conversation that we need to get ready for. So with peer coaching circles, that is the intention behind why we're suggesting it might be a good tool to get ready. Because you just said something really important, Mark, that it's not just, we have to be obviously mobilize whatever the decisions are being made around that, but we also have to be what I call game ready ourselves. So the peer coaching circles is designed to help you come in and be able to suss all that stuff out that you talked about, Mark, so you have clarity, so you have confidence, and you have the confidence to move forward. So it's almost like we call it a getting ready conversation. And we've referenced several times in our videos a tool we call the conversation model. And peer coaching circles help you build that capacity as well. So there's 3 conversations: relationship, possibility, and action. And you'll see in the way you look at that model, there's also these arrows called resistance, which is absolutely normal in our physiological reactions to change. So you will have a chance to learn this flow, and so that you can help navigate what you said many times, Mark, that this conversation is going to be messy. And you can't not step past that. So how can you navigate that in a way? So we'll really touch on that as well. So that will also be brought into the peer coaching circles so that you can get some muscle building and muscle development around that as well. And then we want to talk a little bit about the peer coaching tool and how it works. So Ian, would you mind just walking people through that, what that looks like?
Sure. And what the peer conversation or the coaching circle does is provide rigor to the conversation. It's not a free-flowing dialogue back and forth. It really is about providing specific spaces and time to do specific work to flow through a cycle. So in a peer coaching circle, we have a speaker or coach, we have a facilitator, and we have members. The speaker brings a topic, a real topic, a crucial conversation that they want to have or a situation they want to resolve, and they share that topic through in the beginning stages of that conversation. And then we have an exploration phase where the members ask open-ended questions to help that speaker or that coachee to discover and more flesh out their ideas, their thoughts, get it out of their head. And then we have a reflection phase where we're able to analyze what's going on inside of us, what we're learning about ourselves, what we're learning from the seat that we're having inside of the peer coaching conversation. And then we have our action conversation where we're figuring out what do we want to do next? How do we want to proceed in future conversations? And all the while we're working on building our own capacity in our various seat in this peer coaching circle, whether it's learning how to find my own answers to this particular situation, from the facilitator standpoint, in being able to manage the group and making sure everyone's getting a chance to ask their questions, moderate the time, and allow the space for the speaker to be able to explore. Or the members who are asking their open-ended questions, learning how to integrate pause into conversation. So it really is a process that supports everybody in learning throughout the conversation. And then we implement 2 rounds to this conversation so that you're able to, through practice, become even more skilled, more capable, and more confident in the practice of asking open-ended questions.
And with the intention of you're learning from each other, because there's solutions. So it's the opposite of advice giving. So we just want to put that out there. You already get an A in that. And there are times where that person doesn't need your answer. They need to find their own answer. And the more complex the conversation is, and especially when they're the ones going into the room, when they can start to uncover what works best for them, where they need to go to get ready, they may need some additional mentoring, they may need some more knowledge. So what they get to do is develop an action plan that's really tailored to them doing it on their own, versus us trying to tell them what to do, which a lot of situations, even though it feels really good at the time, what we know is if I give you my advice based on my knowledge, my skills, and my experience, the probability of you being able to do that on your own, which these crucial conversations, you're going to be either in the room with, as a manager, with employees, or the employee, if you're an employee, you're going into a conversation with your manager. So there's nobody else with you. So getting you ready for those conversations, this is your practice run, so that you have real clarity and you have a way forward and you know what you need to do for yourself to be ready. So that was the intention here, was what if, you heard in the video, we created this space for people to come and suss out everything that's going on for them and what they want to accomplish and what their goals are, what they'd like to get out of it, and some of the concerns they have. So if they have that all sorted out, then they're more prepared to go into that conversation and be able to make requests and start to negotiate what they want and need. So that was the intention behind bringing an opportunity to learn how to do this on your own. So you have a practice room before you're going into these crucial conversations. Because we know, at least in our time, which has been a long time, this is the first time we have had to have these multiple conversations about a workplace arrangement with many, many employees. And if you're an employee, it may be the first time that you've had to go in and start to talk about what you want and what hybrid workplace is going to look like for you. So it's all new. So this is your getting ready opportunity. So we wanted to put an offer out at the end of this, just what we're thinking about doing to support, maybe helping you be able to practice, take this tool and be able to practice this in your workplace, with your teammates, with some of your peers, so you can start to get ready for these conversations. Do you want to talk a little bit about that, Ian?
Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll put an email address down below, and all you need to do is to click on that link and say, I'm interested, whatever the case may be. And then as we're, Karen, myself, and Mark are able to put something into our calendar or a schedule, we'll be sure to keep you apprised of what's going on and what's coming up.
So it'll be around a half day. We'll make sure you get the tools and opportunity to practice and try this out, get some mentoring and feedback from us. The intention is that you're able to walk away with a starter kit that's implementable, practical, and replicable. Like it really is a knowledge transfer to you. So we're not trying to be pulled into these. We'd like you to have the confidence and confidence to do this on your own. So stay tuned.